I should have noticed the signs before we even left the apartment. Clara spent nearly 3 hours getting ready, not unusual. But this time, it felt different. She wasn't just preparing for a night out. She was transforming herself. Full makeup, heels she hadn't worn in ages, and that emerald dress she'd once reserved for something special. I sat on the couch, watching her check her reflection for the third time. I told her she looked stunning. All I got in return was a distracted thanks, without a smile, without meeting my eyes. The evening was her firm's 15th anniversary gala, held on a rooftop downtown. Big names, wealthy clients, an open bar, live jazz. This was her world. I was just her plus one. On the elevator ride to garage, I reached for her hand. She didn't pull away, but her grip was loose, distant, as if her thoughts were somewhere else entirely. When we arrived, I felt like a stranger in a room where everyone spoke a language I couldn't understand. Tailored suits, glittering dresses, champagne flowing on silver trays. The city skyline glimmered through the glass walls. Almost immediately, Clara was swept up by greetings. "Clara, you made it! Clara, come meet the partners. Clara, our rising star." She let go of my hand without hesitation. No introduction, no acknowledgement that I was standing there. I followed behind her like a shadow, watching her move from group to group, her laughter and compliments drawing everyone in. At first, I tried to keep pace. Then I stopped. When she ended up in conversation with her boss, Alan, a sharp-looking man in his 50s, I stood nearby, waiting for her to say, "This is Daniel." That moment never came. Instead, she laughed at something he said, lightly touched his arm, and teased, "You're terrible, Alan." I excused myself and went to the bar. Whiskey, neat. I downed it in one swallow, the burn dulling the ache. Across the room, I watched her. She wasn't just ignoring me. She was acting as if I didn't exist. Sitting at a table, I pretended to scroll my phone, but couldn't stop glancing at her. She looked like a new version of herself, one that didn't include me. More than an hour passed. She hadn't said more than a few words to me. Not a single person even asked who I was. Then came the breaking point. A younger man approached her, confident and good-looking. He leaned in close and whispered something. She laughed like she used to laugh with me, sharing secrets late at night. She touched his shoulder, smiled, and in that moment I understood. 5 more minutes went by. She never looked for me. So I stood up, put on my jacket, and walked out. No scene, no words, just quiet steps to the elevator. Instead of waiting, I took the stairs, each echo bouncing against my chest. She didn't call. Not then. I drove without direction, letting the city blur, until all I could hear was a hum of the highway. Eventually, I ended up at my friend Nate's place. One text, "You up?" He opened the door without a word, pointed me to the guest room. I collapsed there, silent. By morning, my phone was flooded. 12 missed calls, dozens of messages and voicemails. "Where are you? Why did you leave? You could have said something. Please call me." I didn't answer. Back at the apartment, I knew she'd find the ring tucked in my drawer. I hadn't intended to propose that night, but I had come close. Turns out I'd been saving it for the wrong woman. 3 days later, we finally talked. She showed up with her hair tied back, no makeup, tired, just Clara, the Clara I had loved before that night. She sat across from me and said softly, "I didn't mean to make you feel like you didn't matter." I stayed silent. She continued, "I got caught up. It was work, clients, Alan watching. I didn't know how to handle it." Still, I said nothing. Then she added, "I didn't mean to ignore you, Daniel." Finally, I looked at her and said, "You didn't ignore me, Clara. You erased me. There's a difference." She cried. We didn't officially end things that night, but something inside us cracked, a deep, quiet fracture that never fully healed. Sometimes she still brings up that evening, insisting she didn't realize how bad it looked. But I remember everything. The laugh she gave to another man, the way she forgot I was there, and the cold clarity of walking away without looking back. Sometimes silence says more than words.